All righty. Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Amy, the Mystic Rose Tarot. And to my left or to your right, depending on how you're seeing your screen, I have Janine from the In Between Tarot. So wonderful that we're able to finally do this. Appreciate your patience in trying to get this all set up. So what we're going to do today is this is going to be very casual. We're going to be very spontaneous. Whoever shows up for readings, they're more than welcome to leave a donation. If not, that's totally fine. So Janine and I are going to take turns doing readings. I'm going to give her the platform first for whoever wants to do readings. And until we get some people coming in, we'll just talk amongst ourselves a little bit. And when it comes time for someone to do a reading, we have links in the description for this event today for leaving a donation if you want. There's no pressure for this. For Janine, she has her PayPal link. It's in the description. And then I have my links. There's one in my profile in the menu. It's on the upper right-hand corner. It looks like a little globe, so you can leave a description there or leave a donation if you like, or on PayPal, and I have the link for that. So, so we're going to leave this reading session. This is new for us, for both of us doing readings together. So we're going to leave it very fluid. And in the meantime, let's just talk amongst ourselves, Janine, until we get some questions for anyone interested. So tell me the decks or the deck that you'll be working with first off.
Okay, so I'm going to be working with the In Between Tarot, which is the deck that I designed with published by Los Scarabeo. And it's a 78 card deck, and it looks at the liminal spaces between cards. So you've actually got a 3-in-1 card situation. So whether you're familiar with the cards or not, here's an example of where you've got the King of Coins on one side and the Page of Coins, and then the in-between area is the image in the middle. So it's actually a 3-in-1 card deck. So I'm going to be using that deck, and I'm going to be using the Light Seers deck as well, which is a beautiful deck, which is by Chris Ann. And we've got these lovely bright images. And I find this a really nice, easy deck to work with. So I'm going to be using these two together tonight. Yeah. And what are you using?
I'm going to use for now, it's my main deck that I do my readings with. It's the Lamina Tarot, which came out now. I think it's about 5 years old, 5 or 6 years old. And it's a large box, but I'll just show a few of the cards. Have to keep remembering this is backwards. This is Lovers. I like this deck. I tend to be more traditional in the way that I work with cards and decks, so I like that kind of styling. This deck I like because it focuses more on natural energy. It has a very tribal influence in some of the images. There's been some issues with readers and collectors. They don't appreciate the deck too much because of the way body is taken into account. They're very slender. They're mainly white, with the exception of 1 or 2 cards in here. So when this deck first came out, there was a little bit of a dissatisfaction with the representation of some of the images here. But for me, I don't see that, and I tend to work with decks that have less human forms in it, and I appreciate that more. It's not that this deck would put me away. Like here's something that's very natural. It has the crystals, and you can focus on the energy. It's a very cosmic deck. So this I like because it encompasses everything that I like: nature, healing, earth energy, and dealing with the higher universe. So when I do my readings, I tend to be very spiritual. So some people may not, I'm not saying that they may not like it, but they may not follow very well. So I try to make my readings very, very simple, but put my spiritual sense into it.
Lovely.
Hi, Sanib Gohar. How are you?
Hi, Sunny.
Welcome aboard. This is Janine, if you've just joined in, the In-Between Tarot, and I'm Amy, the Mystic Rose Tarot. So we are doing readings. We are having voluntarily donations if you want. If not, there's no pressure. But if you do have a question for us to do a reading, we're more than happy, of course, to do that for you. That's why we're here. If you have any questions to ask about us, about our practice, so on and so forth, feel free to do that as well. So if you have a question, Zanib, or want any insight on anything, let us know.
And also, if you don't have a specific question in mind, there's no harm in asking for a general reading as well.
Yes.
So we can pull a few cards out for you specifically and just see what comes out.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be anything specific. If it's something like how you want to know how your day is going to go, depending on what area of the world you're in or how the week's going to go, that can work as well.
So I was doing a training session online this morning. It was one of my my analysis courses, and the class wanted cards. So I was doing cards for the class.
Really?
Dana.
Hi, Dana. Welcome aboard. Thank you for joining.
He says, "Hello, beautiful ones." Very nice. Hello, you.
Dana recently has been in touch with me through YouTube, so she has a beautiful energy, and she's very she likes to interact in the chat, so I really appreciate that.
Where are you from, Dana?
I know there's a delay, so if you don't want to mention where you're from, that's fine. But
Yes.
just feel, yeah. You're not nosy. You're not nosy.
I'm from Manchester in the UK, by the way.
How it works. So that's right. We have to emphasize it is 8 o'clock in the evening, all the way in the UK. So Janine's giving her evening to spend time. And here I'm in the middle of the day in California, taking time to do readings and spend time with each and every one of you. So feel free to ask. One thing I was going to suggest, Janine, is if no one has questions, what we can do is let's just randomly pull a card and just bring discussion into it and see.
I'll tell you what, Amy, I'll go if you'd like one.
A reading for me?
Yes.
Oh dear. I don't have a question. If you just want to pull a card for me, because I have to follow up on a reading I did for In Bulk this evening, so my questions will be answered in that direction.
Okay, so I'll just do yours, and then I'm going to do Dana's question. So, yeah, you've got the Four of Wands, Amy, which is a card of celebration, but a card of getting together with others, celebrating that dynamic Aries energy, that fiery energy. It's also, I see that as Aries and Taurus. Yeah, celebrating achievement, but also kind of getting back in the mix again, you know, having that, being energized, yeah, and feeling like you're part of like the collective whole. Okay, which is very important to us at the moment with being in lockdown and everything we've been going through. So connecting with other people and getting in touch with that inner fire, that inner drive is quite important, I believe.
Oh, yeah. That feels good. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you'll have to do one for me in a bit.
I was just going to say I will do one, but I'll go ahead and let you answer Dina's question. Thank you for asking, Dina.
No problem. And then you could answer the one for Zaneb. I hope I'm pronouncing your name, by the way. Okay, so Dana, am I on the right path to receive justice? Physical abuse and murder threat. Personal and very deep. Okay. I'm going to use 2 decks for your question. So I'm going to start off with the in-between deck, first of all, which will look at the energy that you've moved, the energy where you currently are, and the energy that you're moving into. By the way, is there a bit of feedback with my sound?
A little bit. I don't know if you lower your volume down. Do I sound clear?
No, yours is very clear. Let me just put my volume down slightly. Does that help?
Keep talking.
I think that might help a little bit.
Yeah, maybe just leaning back, maybe not so much.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Let's hear how that sounds.
Yeah, I think
Better.
Okay, I'm going to pull a card for you now. Okay, so your card, Dana, for your question is the King of Wands to the Page of Wands. So you've had to be very, very strong throughout this process. Okay, and it is quite a fiery energy that has been threatening you. And that fiery energy kind of burns really, really hard, but it can burn out as well. So the fire signs, the fire sign energies, you know, they can be a bit like a flash in a pan. So they can come and they can explode, but then just as quickly it can kind of tail off again. So you've been in the middle of that energy and moving through to this Page of Wands. Okay. Now you are starting to get to a situation where you're feeling a little bit more lighter about it. Okay, a little bit more in charge of what's happening to you. Okay. You also getting guidance on it as well. So I think you've got people looking after you and people who are able to take you through this difficult time. I'm also going to pull a card for light years for you. And you're a triple Sagittarius. Okay, right. Okay, so you get that fire energy. Okay. It's also very protective. The fire energy is very protective as well. So you have got the protection around you. And you're quite able to stand your ground as well, which is very, very important. But I love this. You've got the 9 of Pentacles. So that's clarified by the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is a woman represented in this card, and you are able to stand on your own 2 feet with confidence, you know, and you are also very secure, grounded, and strong. So in answer to your question, I think you're going to come out of this okay. I think you're going to come out as a stronger person. You'll be a lot more experienced as a result of it, and you'll know how to deal with similar situations. I think that it's not a bad outcome here. I do think that everything's going to work out well in a sense of you will feel a lot stronger as a result. Okay. And make sure that you take that offer of help that comes to you, if there is offer to help you at the moment, because that's very important, and that you're supported by other people. Okay. So I hope that's okay for you. I just froze a little bit. Right. My YouTube link is listed in the Mystic Roses description of this event as well, if you want a link of me too. My YouTube link is also there. Okay, brilliant.
Alrighty. That's wonderful.
So I think so there.
Yes, I'm trying to see how let's see here. How do I, okay. Let me do this. I think they made some updates here. There we go. Okay. All right, Zanib. And I hope I am pronouncing your name correctly. Zanib or Zanab. Okay. How do I get into law school?
Fantastic ambition there, by the way. Law school, wow. Amazing.
I'm going to pull 3 cards, and they're going to deal with different aspects of how you're seeing your situation right now in regards for going into law school. I don't really do predictive readings, because ultimately the readings that I share are guides, and I say this each and every time when I do my readings. It's ultimately up to you to decide. So I'm going to let the cards, the guides that I have here, I will interpret and share with you what is probably the best direction. But ultimately, it's up to you how you're going to choose. So I'm going to do 3 cards. Wow. Okay, so the first card I pulled is the 4 of Swords. So with the 4 of Swords, we're seeing conflict going on. We're trying to come to terms with choices that are arising, and finding what's the best direction to go into in your direction with law school. Law school is one of the challenging educations that are out there. And so you have to have that dedication, and you have to be fully focused and put your mind solely into this. And right now, what I'm seeing here is you are asking the question, will I get into law school? You have a lot of things that need to be sorted out at this time, Zaneeb. So carefully rationalize what is most important for you for this direction into getting into school. All right. And also, if you look at this card here, these swords are coming, this is my interpretation, they're revealing the darker side. The uncertainty, the unclarity, but by clarifying your thoughts, the direction that you really want to get into, here we have an opening, okay? And we have the light source right there. By creating and really looking at the pros and cons of going into school, and like literally writing everything down, pros and cons, start ticking off what you feel is of your best benefit. And by seeing that, you will understand more what is of importance to you. And then things would start opening up. You can go into the next phase of where you want to go specifically with this education. Okay. Some people go to law school and they find out in the first year that it's not for them. This is an investment that you're making. So carefully think about the direction that you want to go with this. The second card that I pulled, I do a conscious reading and a subconscious reading. The 4 of Swords is more or less how you're feeling at this time. Okay, 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so Pentacles deals with material well-being, financial status. There's a lot that you're thinking about. And right now I feel this card is leading to me that you are balancing some financial issues, some things that are needed for the investment for this start into a potential law school. I think first off, with the 4 of Swords, I really feel that you strongly need to think about, again, the pros and cons. That keeps coming into my head for going to law school. In turn, look too about the balance financially of what's going on. You have a lot going on material-wise, financially. Really focus on that. Do you have the means to really support going into this form of education? And if so, you're going to be doing a lot of work. You're going to have to possibly do multiple jobs, go through multiple sources to support that. So that's with the 2 of Cups. That is subconsciously. So I think financially, you're thinking about the investment that's needed. And in turn, that's going to guide you with the choices that you need for the Four of Swords. Okay, let me wrap this up really quick. I'll do 2 cards next time. The Knight of Swords is the bridge. The Knight of Swords is what's needed in between. This is your guiding path. And here is of balance. Okay, so this is very similar. Oh, go this way. It's very similar. Once you've had clarity of those thoughts, once you've sorted out the financial, the investments that's needed to put towards your education, you will have the guidance. You will have that. You will have a correct, direct path for finding where you want to build with your education in law. But you have to be very smart, very intellectual, very precise in the direction that you want to take in going into this direction of school. So I'm not going to say you will get into law school. There are some things that you need to work out first, okay? So really carefully think about the direction that you want to go. Write everything down. Look at the pros and cons. And financially, investment-wise, really see if you have those tools that are needed to support you during that education. And I feel by making those choices and feeling confident, you'll be ready to go into that situation with law school. So that's the long of it. Thank you, Zanette.
Yeah, good luck. That's fantastic. Hi, Diane. Hi, Celeste Park. Hi, Ada Libra. I think Ada Libra is the next one. Is that right?
Hi, Diane.
I can't send any messages back.
You
I can't actually type.
You should be able to. You want to highlight? Did you want
No,
to?
I can only type in the private chat, but I can't type any comments to.
Oh
anything.
no!
It doesn't matter because I just talk to people.
Okay. Okay. I think it's something that I have to set up on my side. Okay.
Okay, so Ada Libra, you want to see if there's anything romantic developing between you and your male contestant. Okay, that's a nice question. I'm using two decks. I'm using name between, I'm using the Light deck. Excuse me if there's a little bit of feedback. That's from my end, and it might be because I'm on a laptop, an old one. So.
Janine, I know you're shuffling right now. Could you post the question? Do you know how to post the question that you're answering so everyone can see? You click on the person that has the question, and it'll cover or it'll override.
I've just done that.
Oh, no. Hang on a second. I may have.
But it's not coming up. So I've just picked it in the chat.
Guess that's so strange. How come?
Yeah, so I've got the option to speak in the chat and I can't highlight anything. But I can get the questions directly from the chat, so fine. Okay. So I will do for you. And I'm also using my live as well. Wow, fantastic. So I want to show you them both at the same time and then I'm going to explain each one. So I've got the Queen of Wands here. Well, she's actually the Queen to the King of Wands. Okay. So this is you. This is your very passionate, very strong, fiery energy. It also relates to the fire signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the other card that I've picked is the Queen of Wands. So this is the other person, okay? So you say that he's a Cancer, but we've all got a sun sign and a rising sign. So I think that aside from his Cancer personality, which relates to water, there's a lot of fire in there as well. And there's a lot of passion. And I do think that if you get together, you will make a very good couple because the two persons together can really go places, very adventurous, very passionate, and they do make very, very good couples. Okay, and it seems that there's a big attraction there between you. And the fact that he's coming out as the King of Wands means that even though he's got that watery nature, he's actually quite enamorous towards you. So I feel that he's in a position where he would like to make something more of this relationship. Okay. The King of Wands is a very mature male as well, so he doesn't see he knows what he wants and he goes for what he wants. Okay, he's very confident and a very, very good person to have in your life as well, because he's somebody who can look after you, and somebody that you can depend upon, and somebody that you can have a lot of fun with as well. And it's really nice that you picked this card because with the Queen moving through to the King, you're also in the position where you want somebody in your life who's going to be there for you. So I think that you're in the right frame of mind for a real committed and responsible relationship. So I really do think you're on the same page, and it's a nice positive sign to see these two cards together, definitely. There are also some nice flowers in the background of this card, which suggests romance, nice times, presents as well. Oh, the feedback has gone now, which is lovely. Yeah. And the pink is representative of romance and passion as well. So I see good things from these cards for you. And I hope that resonates. You are very welcome. Oh, and sorry, so I'm just seeing the rest of this. So you're saying, oh, you're the Cancer moon. Okay. And you can only hear me sometimes. Can you hear me better now? You can hear me much better now. Okay. That's brilliant. That's okay. So I was just saying that you picked these two cards, the Queen of Wands moving through to the King of Wands, which is this card here, and then the King of Wands, which suggests to me that you're two twin flames almost, two fiery personalities which are very passionate towards each other. And I do think that it is a very, very good combination. Okay. How is that? I think my sound's a lot better now as well. And he's a Cancer sun and you're a Cancer moon. Okay, interesting. You have to see if there are any other fire placements in your chart as well. So I've got a Cancer rising, but I'm an Aries sun. So sometimes my Cancer rising is very dominant, but other times my Aries sun will completely take over and override the Cancer rising. So it depends on which is first and foremost depending on what area of my life I'm in. With love and relationships, I'm definitely Aries. Yeah. So if you get time to do your birth chart as well, I would suggest Astro Cafe on the internet is a really good place to look. And you can find out what your other placements are as well and see where the fire is in your chart and where the fire is in his chart. And in answer to your question, yes, I think there are good things in the making for you and him. Oh, thank you. That's a nice thing to say. Hi, Will Johnson. Hi. I'm sort of scrolling back up. Celeste.
Okay.
And if you want to have a look at my YouTube as well as Amy's, it's listed in Amy's, what's the word I'm looking for? Description below. Yeah. Okay, I'm on the in-between tarot. Okay. And Celeste Hart says she's used Astral Cafe too. It's fantastic and it's free. Amazing. Yeah, definitely good for looking up birth charts. Over to you, Amy.
Alrighty. Was there someone I lost track of who was next.
I
Because
can
I was trying to deal with the
yeah, I'll find that for you in a second.
bear with us, everyone, because it's we have
I'm doing it, so yeah.
let's see.
Okay.
Who is next?
That is next.
Celeste? Okay. So,
Yes.
Janine, did you see what people were saying that when we do our talk, we have to mute? So while I do the reading, you mute, and that's when the sound was getting better. I had no idea. So,
All right, thank you. I'll do that.
so thank you, Diane and Celeste, for pointing that out. Just trying to figure out how this works. And I wish I can get this comment out. Obviously, it's something that I have to set up with Janine so that she can actually put comments in. So my apologies. All right, so I'm going to highlight Celeste. I just want to know who and when my next love is. Okay. All righty. Thank you, Celeste, for joining us and for asking. All righty. Okay, the deck that I'm working with is the Lamina Tarot. So I already did one reading with Zayab, and it's a beautiful deck. It really resonates with me, so I'm going to stick with it today. Okay, so Janine, I think you're going to have Sabrina next. Or is it Will Johnson? Because Will did a donation. Okay, we'll sort that out in a moment. Yes, Diane, I have to see how I have to do this because I thought automatically that Janine would be able to take part in the comments. Let's see here. Okay, let me focus on this reading, and then I want to take care of Janine so she could be a full partner in this here. Oh, all righty. Okay. I'm going to do 2 cards for you, Celeste. Okay. So Celeste, when I do my readings, I don't do anything predictive. So I go through the guides of the cards. So you want to know who is your next love and when. Those are predictive readings. So the best that I do is with these cards, I initiate the feelings that are going on, and ultimately you could take these feelings and actions and put it into, drawing that attraction of the person that you want. So these are more of ways that you can bring this energy in to find that person that is very unique for you. Okay, so I got 2 wands in succession. I have the 7 of Wands. I'll show you both cards here. And the 8 of Wands. So we have a lot of energy going on here. Wands is pursuit, action, really driven towards something that means a lot to you. We have 7 and 8 in succession. So I feel right now with the 7 of Wands, I feel that you are already putting that energy out. You're really, it's not obvious, but you're really manifesting that energy to find that very special person. And the steps are showing that what you're putting out there by either social media or talking to people, you are networking, you are making these connections. And that energy is out there. The Eight of Wands is showing, in a sense, when you get the Eight of Wands, I know I said I don't do predictive readings, but the movement is very quick. So I almost want to say that there is someone there for you. And it's just keeping this energy, keeping that momentum going. And I feel it's going to be pretty soon that you're going to make a connection with someone. I feel this is going to be someone who is like-minded, someone who is very similar to you, has the same kind of energy, has the same kind of drive, but may have a little bit of too much energy, maybe a little bit too much for you to have. So it's going to be a balance. It's going to be a give or take of energy. I'm seeing right here. What is this from the past to me? I feel this is new. I don't have any connection that this is something from the past. I feel this is new energy. It's energy that you've been putting out, as I mentioned. That's what I feel really strongly about. It's out there. Sometimes you put intentions out there and you let it go. And once that intention is drawn to someone, they will see it. But I feel right now, keep this energy going. It's new energy. Even though I didn't pull an ace, which normally represents the beginnings of something new, I feel this energy is of something new, and of someone that you may already know of. It could be a friend or whatnot, but this is going to be a new direction for you. And it's going to be good, but it's going to be very quick as well. So that's what I'm feeling with the 7 and 8 of Wands from this deck. So there you go. Let us know how things work out. If not, I wish you all the best, Celeste. Thank you.
Okay, I've unmuted. It works. Well, I can't hear any feedback my end, so I think that's working well. And I've kept a little bit of a running list. So I do believe that Diane is next, and then it will be Will, then Sabrina, and then Gail. So thank you for that, Dana. I just read that. Amazing. That's really good. So Diane, have you got a question, or would you just like me to pick some general cards for you? And I'll just shuffle the cards while you have a think. Yeah, Gail. So you're on the list, and I've seen your question as well. So you'll be after Will and Sabrina. Okay, Diane. So I can pick some general cards for you if you like. That's not a problem. When we do the general readings, it's really nice because they tend to. Okay, no problem. That's fine. So Will, have you got a question? How did you guys get into tarot reading? Oh, right. Okay. So I'll go first, and then when Amy wants to speak next, I'm sure she'll share her story as well. So I got into it as a child, and under the floorboards at my parents' house, I found a deck of Thoth tarot cards. And so I got interested in the cards that way. And then I started reading more and more about the tarot. I started to do some self-teaching, and then I started to do some courses up in Keswick in the Lake District. And then I got into teaching for tarot professionals, which is Marcus Katz and Tali Goodwin. I think they're called the Tarot Association now. and they've done quite a few books. So you may have heard of them, but I was doing training online. So I've kind of branched off on my own now and done my own stuff and created my own cards. But yeah, from a very early age, I was always fascinated with astrology. So I knew all the star signs of everybody that I grew up with, everybody in my class, my parents, my family, just really interested in it. So Will, your question is, how does Emma feel about me? All right, okay. I'll pull 2 cards for you, so I'll do an in-between tarot card first, and then I will do a light seers deck card. Okay, this is a lovely card. It's the Lovers and the Hierophant. So Will, the Lovers is a really special card of bonding and communication. There's a lovely communicative feeling between the two of you. There's a strong bond and connection as well. And so the Hierophant there in the background is kind of putting this special blessing on you at the moment, you know, actually setting down some kind of ground rules for your relationship and how this is going to go into the future. And the Gemini that's associated here is really, really strong to do with talking to each other, communicating your feelings. So it's saying that perhaps she's waiting for you to speak to her, to actually talk about how you feel about her. I think that the feeling's very strong with her too, and I can see that it is from you. So I think if you make a move, if you actually tell her how you feel, then I can see that there is a really positive aspect to this going forward. And in the back of the card as well, there's a pathway which says that this is going to be a strong chapter of your life. And this is going to be something that you'll find on your life path as well. So we have these really strong, memorable and important chapters of our life. The Lovers usually comes up to indicate that. Okay. And the fact that there's a handfast in there, you know, joining you two, that energetic tie, that strong bond between the two of you, I think that this can only be a good and a positive thing. That's a really lovely card to pick for that question. So what I'll do now is I'll pick a light seers card for you. So this is just a bit of a clarification for that one. But really, we don't really need to go any further than that with that one. I really love that card in answer to your question. It's a green light, definitely. Okay. Fantastic. Knight of Wands, okay, is a really strong indication of go for it. The Knight of Wands pushes for what he or she wants. It's full of creative and loving energy as well. And it's telling you to be dynamic. Don't hold back. It says, have that confidence in yourself to go for what you want. I can only see good things around this. So I see that this is a good step for you. It's a positive step. And I'm sure that Emma will feel the same way as well if you do that. And I see there's going to be some really exciting times for the two of you. If you see the lady in the card, she's actually at a festival. There's a horse in the background. She's beating the drums. There's a lot of creative music, nice energy in this card. So yeah, it's definitely a positive step. And I wish you all the best with that. I hope that was okay for you. My YouTube link again is below in Amy's description if you want to follow me on YouTube as well. Yeah, it was nice to answer your question. Over to you, Amy. The next person on the list is Sabrina. If Sabrina's got a question for Amy.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick reply here, so bear with me here. Sorry, bear with me. Okay. Let's see, Sabrina. Sabrina, can you let me know if you're still here? I have your question here. I'm going through the dark night of the soul. Will it end this year? If you can just send in a quick reply. Okay, I just saw it right here. There we go. Okay. Okay. Dana, when I do your reading, or not Dana, I'm so sorry, Sabrina. When I do your reading, can you do me a favor? It's more for you. I want you to breathe, please, as I'm shuffling the cards and stuff. Just breathe and just, I don't know if you're sitting or whatnot, if you could sort of lean back a little bit. Alrighty, here we go. Wands are speaking energy today. Interesting. Thank you. Okay. This card I pulled is the Two of Wands. Seems to be a Wands kind of day today. Just briefly, Wands involves movement, energy. I repeat all of this for people who don't know what these cards mean specifically, the element and the numerical reference. And I feel this very strongly when people are in a dark place. What is so important is when you're in that dark realm, you need movement. This card, the Two of Wands, is initiating, not so much initiating, but you need to find a source that will creatively encourage you, to inspire you, to get that fiery energy. We all have all four elements, but we can lack in some elements and be stronger in others. We need to have movement. Okay, we have our concentric circles here. We have the wands in opposing positions, moving up and down. It's an indication of drive, fueling energy. When you put energy into something, especially since you're in a dark place right now, we need to put light into that environment. Sabrina, what do you like? You can answer the question after I'm done with the reading. What motivates you? What moves you? This Two of Wands is your guide to tell you to start putting action. Start making steps to move, to create, to explore. And this involves within yourself as well. Because if you don't do anything and you're stagnant, there's no energy, there's no movement, there's no light coming in. You're going to still be in this dark void. And that's something that needs to be remedied. You have to move out of that. Imbolc was a few days ago. Imbolc involves the first light of winter. We are now moving to spring. Bring light into you. What do you find, as I mentioned, what do you find that's inspiring? Because here's the other thing. Here's the other card I pulled, the Five of Swords. Okay. Five of Swords, this is a card that I just pulled recently for a Decan reading. Five of Swords involves conflicting thoughts within yourself. You're getting lost in your thoughts. You're thinking too much. You're literally between a rock and a hard place. And in this case here, we have the swords on the bottom. And it's kind of ominous here, but please don't take this to heart. You have to be careful with the choices that you made. Any choices that you made has put you in the place that you're in right now. We need to release that. We need to let go of that. You need to start taking an assessment of how you've been thinking, your patterns, all of that. Look at that in a sense and just see, why was I thinking that way? Start breaking down, start releasing those thoughts. Again, because if you do, if you make the wrong choice, you're going to be stuck. You can end up in pain, which we don't want. The only way you're going to get away from this, Sabrina, is we need movement. We need light. Look at this card. Look at the energy that's in this card. It's bright. It has colors in it. It's an indication of things that are in the process of happening. This is a card that can lead you into healing. You have to trust within yourself. Use this, use the fire energy to break down these thoughts. The mind is very powerful. If you keep letting the mind guide you in such a way that it's going to be opposing for you, it's going to hold you back, it's not going to be good. Bring light into you. Find something that's inspiring, something that will create energy and movement. And in turn, that inspiration that you get will move you out of that darkness, because you are so enthralled with this new energy that you have, this new energy that you're exploring. So bring light into your life. Bring movement, bring heat. And then release those thoughts. Focus on the thing that really drives you the most, that really excites you, that inspires you. And that dark night will become light. So take advantage of our days getting longer. Go outside on walks if you can. It will do you very good for the heart, mind, and soul. So there you have it, Sabrina. All right, take care of your heart. Get out that dark space. Okay. Oh, I don't know if she's still here, if Celeste is still here. I'll answer it anyhow. She asked about how we got into tarot. Let me put the question up here. Here we go. My experience with the tarot is, it came through steps. There's a deck that I came across. It was a divination deck when I was a teenager. And it got me curious on how you could do divination to find. At that time as a teenager, you kind of want to know more of the material aspects of things. So that's what I was using with this deck. Does this guy like me? Or, where am I going to get this, that, so on and so forth. But as time grew, I became older and I went to college, that curiosity became more. And I was just learning more about myself. And a lot of people who are in their 20s, 30s, when they're exploring themselves in a real sense, they tend to come across different forms of spiritual practice, such as tarot, yoga, meditation, so on and so forth. So it was a time that I had a bit of sudden losses in my life. And I had already gotten a tarot deck, but when it came time to healing, I turned to the deck. And almost 30 years later, I owe a good chunk of my life to the tarot for guidance during darker times and challenging times. So when you're looking for a source of solace, we go towards spiritual forms of practices, and that's where the tarot came in for me, was to kind of get guidance out of a situation that was very hard and loss and emotional and stuff. So that's how I got into tarot. Alrighty, your turn.
Thanks, Amy. Would you highlight Gail's question for me, please? Is that okay? So, Gail, you've asked about the name of the. I just want to say, so Gail is next, and then after Gail, it's Stella, and then after Stella, it's Miss Bonita, who's just joined us. So that you can see the question. What's the name of the major celebrity who's gotten you the singing job? Congratulations on that. What will you be doing with them and how much money this week? So I'm going to break the question up. I have to point out that I'm not a clairvoyant, okay, that I do intuitive readings. So the name is probably something that I'm not going to pick up on. However, I can pick up on the energy of that person as well. And I can see what you'd be doing with them. And we can look at the money side of things as well. No problem. So I'll do my light seers deck first. We're going to have a look at the energy of the celebrity. The major celebrity. Sorry, RM. What does RM stand for? RM. I'm so terrible with the with acronyms. The name of the major celebrity RM has gotten me a singing job with. Okay, we're going to look at that person. I really want to find out what the RM means now. I'm guessing it's somebody's name. Okay. Maybe the name you're trying to find out. Okay. Ooh. So this person is like the Hermit. Very, very deep. Integral, a very spiritual person, and perhaps quite an introverted person as well. Okay, so this is not somebody that would immediately make themselves known. They are somebody that you would need to get in touch with on quite a deeper spiritual level. They're very, very intense and very serious about what they do as well. So the Hermit can come across as a bit of a loner at times. Okay, so you know their name, just not the celebrity that is helping you yet. So I see this is the celebrity, the mysterious person that you're going to find out more about. Okay, and it'll be an important connection as well, because this is a major card. The Hermit is one of the major card, the Fool's Journey. Okay, so this is going to be a big part of your life. Okay, and in getting in touch with this person or being put in touch with this person, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to go very deeply in touch with not just this other person's intentions, but your own spiritual practice as well, and your own path in life. So it's going to be an important connection and a very deep connection with you. It's not something that you're going to forget. It's not like a light touch. It's a very, very deep and personal connection. So I think it's going to be very, very important. Okay, I'm going to pull an in-between tarot card as well for you, which looks at the energy that you've moved away from, where you currently are, and where you're going forward into. No problem. I love that card. So that's the Light Seers deck. It's got a lot of beautiful energy, that card. It shows the person sitting on the side of a mountain, but they're almost levitating in meditation, which is really, really nice. Okay. Well, so you've got the Ten of Pentacles moving through to the Ace of Coins. Okay, so this person is an established personality. Okay, with that Ten of Pentacles, they have a wealth of knowledge, and they're able to assist you in starting up with that Ace of Coins. So it's going to be a very fantastic business opportunity for you, and the possibility of beginning quite a bit of money as well, with it moving through to the Ace of Coins. So yeah, that you see this person here passing on that knowledge and expertise and working with you on quite a deep level. And the Ten of Pentacles is also about an established background as well. So the connections that this person has are going to be very, very important to you. And the fact that they're guiding you and taking you through to the next step is going to be so beneficial for you. it'll really, really be a big start for you, and definitely a money maker, because the Ace of Pentacles is all about bringing money and planting the seeds for something new. So whereas it might not be lots of money all at once, you know, it could be like a steady stream coming in for you and a good source of income. So I see really, really good things in those two cards, and I'll show you them both together again. If you can work this webcast. Yeah, okay, so this is the personality, the person that you're going to be working with, and this is them sharing their expertise with you. And if you look at the message on the top as well, it says equality now. Very important. So they're going to treat you like an equal, which is really nice for any kind of partnership, you know, whether it be friendship or whether it be business. You know, they're going to be on a good level with you, and so be prepared to accept that knowledge with from them. And yeah, I can see really good things there. I hope that resonates with you. That's answered the connection, a bit about that person, and also the money aspect as well. Yeah, hope that's okay for you. And as you think you know who that is, I'm just reading what you've put, Amy, but you'll keep it discreet. All right, okay. Thank Goddess for that, she says. Definitely. If I asked that question and I got those cards, I would be well chuffed as well. What kind of music? I think that it's going to be music on a very deep and personal level, because you picked those cards. So I think it will be something very meaningful. Yeah. Okay, well, so the next person on our list is Stella, and I think Stella's asked you a question, Amy, and that's in the chat as well. What will you be doing? Okay, working together. Because you got a Pentacles card, it's a working partnership when that comes up. You're very welcome.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Sorry, everyone. Working through this. Hello, Stella. Okay. Everything's intuitive, nothing predictive, okay, when I do this reading. So I will continue to emphasize this. My readings are spiritually oriented. So let's see what we have here. Okay. What direction? I'll rephrase the question. What direction do you need to move in to live comfortably and feel secure? I hope you're still here, Stella. If not, the reading is going to still take place. Okay. What does Stella need to do to live comfortably and to be happy? Not that you're not happy, but more content. Okay, 2 cards here. Okay, give me a minute. Two cards I pulled. The first card is the Lovers. And the second card I pulled is the Knight of Pentacles. So there is a potential for anyone to live comfortably and to have money. It's your perspective and how you want to approach that direction. With the Lovers card, Lovers deals with partnership. Now I want to break down the Lovers a little bit, because the Lovers can also be of a physical partnership. It could be business, it could be intimate. It can also be a spiritual partnership as well. And with this, I do feel that there is someone in your life right now. And this is a means of, I feel there is an issue with trying to go further from where you are right now in regards to your lifestyle. You want to go a little bit more with it. And this involves your partner, but the way the two of you are thinking about moving forward together. There has to be good communication between the two of you, which I feel that there can be. Lovers is ruled by the sign of Gemini. Gemini is an air sign. So again, find that communication and talk about what is needed to better the lifestyle that the two of you have. And also look at the color, look at the energy that's coming from this card. There's movement. There needs to be good, healthy communication and understanding and honesty with how both of you are feeling. Okay, I know your question wasn't about a relationship, but I feel this is part of it. This person who's in your life is the influence for how we are going to live, or how the two of you are going to live comfortably. So communication. Here I have with the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is ruled by the sign of Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign. Virgo deals with thought, careful thinking, detail, preciseness of things. Okay. Pentacles is one's own well-being. What energy they've put into what they want, what they're trying to manifest. And this is a slow process. Earth signs tend to move slow because there is such a respect that comes with working with the elements of money, finance, or money, health, material things, the home. It's so important for earth signs, which is ruled by Pentacles, to really look at what they're putting their time in. What is of importance? Again, similar to the reading that I did with Zarib, is really look at what is important. The Knight is the driving force. But in this case, the force is a little slower. Really see what is of importance to you. And communicate this. Communicate this within yourself first, and then with the person that you are involved in. This could also be a roommate. This just came into my head right now. This could be a roommate, but someone that's like a really good friend. It's almost like a partner. So do clear communication. Really look at everything that is of importance to you. But take your time. And it will happen. It's just breaking down the priorities. What is of great importance to you and what isn't. And focus on the things that are going to be detrimental to you and allow you to grow. So you can do it. It's just how much effort do you want to put into it? So I don't know if you're still here, Stella, but that's your reading for you. But thank you for asking if you do come back to this video. Okay, your turn.
Okay, so next on our list is Miss Bonita. Miss Benita, oh yeah, you just popped up there. Okay, so Brandon's an Aquarius. Okay, so I'm going to do a reading for you. And then next on the list is Disha Maladka. Okay. Disha, do you want to have a think about what your question is for Amy as well? Okay, so I'll do the reading for you first, Miss Benita. Thank you. Nice picture as well, I like that. Lovely pink flower. Okay. Oh, so he sees you as the Queen of Pentacles. He sees you as a very solid, grounded Earth Mother. She's beautiful. So look at that energy radiating out of her. Goes well with the flower and also your name as well. Yeah, she's lovely. And she's so switched on and connected to nature and other people. Very intuitive, very guiding as well. So this is all how he sees you. Okay, so he's an air sign, Aquarius. Okay, so he's very thought orientated. It looks like you may have a lot of earth in your chart. So for people that have got opposite placements in the elements, so if he's an air sign predominant, maybe he'd want to balance that air off with earth. I'm a fire sign and my husband is earth, so it balances it off really well. And we always find like the balance in our life that we need. So, all right, okay, so you've got a lot of fire. Okay, so fire and air. It's an interesting combination. Yeah. Okay. And the fire works really well with the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Because she could be Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, but also the Earth works really well with fire placements as well. Okay, so he sees you as that really grounded energy, the person that he likes to spend a lot of time with, the person that he goes to when he wants advice and guidance, the person who thinks is very nurturing and good, a beautiful, kind, loving energy. It's very, very nice. Okay, so yeah, if you've got a phone, I want you to like take a snapshot of that and keep that in mind because that's how he views you. It's beautiful. Okay. She's got a firm hold on that pentacle as well. So he sees you as somebody that's got a really good grasp of that earth energy, which is fantastic. Earth is something that I lack, and I'm always jealous of people that are very, very grounded and in touch with nature. It's amazing. No worries. So I'm going to pick an in-between card for you now, which will show the energy where you've move from, perhaps together, the energy where we currently are and the energy that you are moving into with regards to your question. I do believe that's your energy, yeah, definitely within that card, yeah. You are very, very grounded, especially with that Queen of Pentacles. Wow, okay. So just move this down a little bit. He's been so standoffish, right? Well, maybe he's a bit intimidated by that strong energy, you know, and maybe he's just thinking about the best way to go with this. So the card of the energy that you're moving to, I think maybe this is somebody that you've had like an association with on a work basis, perhaps. Could even be somebody that you're studying with when this card comes up. So the Four of Coins is about networking, working with others. You can see the people working there very, very hard. And moving towards that Five of Coins energy, you know, I can see you probably helping each other through perhaps some difficult times at the moment with guidance. Maybe he's been going through some difficult stuff as well with regards to money and feeling secure, which is possibly also why he's leaning a lot on you, because he sees you as that security that he needs. Okay, so I can see you helping him a lot. I can see you really doing him some good in a positive way. Definitely, yeah. So there's a lot of energy that you're generating at the moment that he's picking up on, and it's being really beneficial to him. Okay. So possibly some difficult times to do with stability, but I think that's more on his part. Okay. So I wondered where you'd gone then. Yeah. So if you don't want to get too involved in that, have a think about that as well, that aspect, you know, that he's got some stuff going on in the background. Maybe it's to do with security and money. Okay. But the Pentacles is very earthy, grounded energy as well. So it's a journey that you can go further with him on this year. So you say he acts very tough. Boy, he's such a softie. I think he might just need looking after a little bit at the moment. It sounds like he's got a lot of things going on in his life. Okay. So you with that beautiful earth energy, that Queen of Pentacles, you're in the perfect position to kind of help him. Okay. And see where that leads you. I hope that's okay. Do I see someone in his energy? I see him in this card here. Okay. I see him on a journey all to do with finding his own security and his own ability to be grounded. Okay. And at the moment, I see him looking for that in you. Okay. So perhaps he needs to find that side of himself as well. Okay. To maybe stand on his feet a bit more, be a bit stronger, be a bit more grounded. Okay. And we're also here we're on a journey ourselves. So we tend to find our connections with other people have a lot of purpose and meaning. So it's not, I don't see things as random connections. I think we meet people and we come together with certain people for a reason. Okay. So this is your part of your path at the moment. He's part of that journey, part of that story. Okay. And you're helping him. Okay. No worries. Okay. And Amy, I think Disha is next on the list. I'm not sure if she's put a question up. And Miss Benita, if you want to follow me on YouTube, Amy's listed my YouTube below. It's the In Between Tarot. Yeah, so you could follow us both. And let me know how you get on. Okay, Amy, I'm going to mute.
All righty. I was playing with the screen and it's like, oh, okay. I can give you the platform. So we'll stay on a little bit longer. But when we go offline, let's see if we could play with this a little bit more because I thought you would have full moderation control like I did. So I feel really embarrassed. Yeah, we'll work on that. I'm going to leave it split screen for now. I don't want to keep going back and forth. Okay, Disha did put a question. Thank you, Disha, for joining us. I'm going to post it here and take a moment. Let's see, what is the current situation? Oh, okay. What you have? Okay. Okay, so the current situation with your Pisces, he's an X. And okay, I'm going to have you clarify this for me, Disha, because it looks like it's numerous questions.
Maybe Rolf do part of the question. Maybe you could do the first part and I could do the second part. What do you think? Because she's given 2 donations.
Oh, she did. Okay. Yeah. Which question do you want to do? Can I do the Pisces? Let me do the first one.
Yeah, sure. And then she says, what's the concentration of Pisces? Just like that. And then we might have a conversation in coming. So she wants to know how things are going to go going forward. So I could do the second part of that question.
Okay.
That's probably
worth waiting for the conversation. Okay, so I'll do the first part. Okay. All right. Thank you, Disha. Appreciate that. So you're going to get the best of both worlds here between me and Janine. Okay, so the current situation, Pisces. Okay. I'll do a 3-card reading for this. Hi, B. Yay. Okay. Bear with me, Disha.
well, Janie, I think you should type in the in between arrow, but Amy's also listed it below as well in the description. She put a link to it.
Yeah, it should be. Are we both on?
Yeah, sorry, I still can't find any way of typing, and she just asked me a question, so I'm going to go back on it now. But the link is in the description below if you can't find it yourself.
Or just type in Janine's name, Janine Worthington, but it should be there. I think you should be able to click on it. Thanks for coming back in, Dana. Okay, so Disha, I pulled the 3 cards. And I got 2 very strong archetypes and a very strong figure in this situation. I don't know what sign that you are in, but I pulled for the first card. I'm going to show you all 3 cards and go through them. Strength. You can relate this either to the energy or the astrological aspect. Strength is the sun in Leo, ruled by Leo. Second card I pulled, King of Wands. Very strong sign. And then I'm going to explain this in a moment. And then Temperance, which is ruled by Sagittarius. And the balancing of opposing energy elements. So Disha with the Strength card. I'm also looking at the question here again, just to make sure I address it. There's a lot of strength here that's needed in this situation. A lot of sun, a lot of vitality. I feel this is lacking. There's some weakness going on here that needs to be addressed and manifested. The lion represents, for the most part, when you see the Strength card, there's usually a lion or a strong animal spirit like a bear. It involves our inner instincts, and it's asking us here to look within ourselves to find our strength through what's going on with your ex. This is a very hard time right now, I'm feeling for you. Okay, I'm going to go through it briefly, and then I'm going to go and do an overview. I get the King of Wands here. King of Wands is, in the court cards, it is attributed to the Leo sign. So there is a very strong Leo energy, either coming from with you, or maybe if there is another party involved, there's someone very strong that's in this scenario. and very confident. We have here the fox. The fox is an animal representative more of quick wit, very sharp, knowing how to use the energy in a very, not resourceful, but in a very smart way so that it benefits that person in the situation that they're in. This is a very strong card, King of Wands. There's a lot of energy, very strong energy. And being that I have two cards, the Strength and the King of Wands, showing up, is very, and they're both fire, is very strong. Your Capricorn moon and your Saggy rising with the Capricorn moon. Well, the card that I pulled here, Temperance, like I mentioned, is Sagittarius. We need to find a balance. Okay, we have the Pisces, water, and we have a lot of fire going on. That fire is very strong. I feel it's almost overpowering the situation here, and where it's just more of movement, more of energy, more of action, not so much sensitivity that's taking place with the influence of water, of Pisces. The Sagittarius side of you, this is your card. This is where you have to start looking your source for. Sagittarius is also ruled by the planet of Jupiter. So Jupiter is expansive, it likes its space. Sagittarius is also the adventurer. They want to explore. They kind of like to have their cake and eat it too in some ways. But they are always looking for answers. They're trying to find guidance into situations. And in this sense, I feel it's creating the balance here of those energies. There's a conflict here, very strong conflict that I feel. Your Capricorn moon, okay? Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So we have limitations, restrictions. So in a way, we have a conflict going on with your Capricorn moon, ruled by Saturn, and then we have the Sagittarius energy ruled by Jupiter. So we have contracting, expansive energy. This is a very important card. This is the bridge card. The third card that I pulled is the direction, the energy that you need to focus on. Okay, so our first card's Leo. Strength, courage, excitement, that kind of energy. Self-belief, find that within yourself when working in this situation with your ex. Again, King of Wands. The King of Wands, I'm still trying to feel out there is someone who has very strong Leo fiery energy, almost wants to take control, and is very confident. Will be kind of hard. Leo's a fixed sign too. Will be kind of hard to move, very set in their ways once they've set something. But they also have, this person has a magnetic personality. This person easily draws people to them. It's a very strong card. So if you're dealing with this kind of energy, Leo, overpowering at times, use your Sagittarius rising. Create the balance. Put a little bit of softness. Don't go into it in a very competitive manner. I think that's going to be very disruptive. See it from the softer side, the emotional side, and also the fiery side. What actions do you need to do or use with your emotions to really get a sense of purpose of the situation with your ex? There's something very strong going on, and it needs to be contained. It needs to be understood. so that you don't feel too drained or too overwhelmed in that sense. I feel it's someone else. This is like, these are two strong energies. Okay, oops, sorry, apologies. This is the inner, this is our animal instincts. This is that power, that strength that's within this person, that's fueling. This is the inside energy of what the person is feeling. This was the first card, and then I got this card as the second card. This almost affirms this strength, this vitality that this person has. Either it's happening right now, or it's something that is going to be present, but I feel it's currently happening. It may be in the background. You may not see it, but there's this kind of very overwhelming energy that I feel. And when it comes to you, you need to create this balance. Don't let it overwhelm you. Capricorn. Capricorn's very strong, and they're very disciplined. So you're able to manage the situation with that kind of energy that you have. But don't let it go overwhelmed. Don't go emotional or anything. Be very focused. See both sides of the situation. Don't lean so much on one side or the other. It's going to be hard not to, but try to find that balance within. Oh, let's see here. This be his parents or so. I feel it's one person. I don't feel a combination of energies. I mean, here I have a female representation of someone who's strong. And then here I have just a very strong masculine energy of fire. I feel it's one person. Me personally, from what I'm getting in these cards, I feel it's one person. It could be one person who feels like it may come across like they have the energy of two people, but I feel it's someone very strong. One person. That's what I feel. I think the second question that Janine will be answering, we'll see. Let's see what she has. And let's see what we get in combination with our readings, because maybe she can take that second question and answer if there is someone else involved. It'll be interesting to see what comes up. Okay, I'm going to mute here.
Hi, Disha. So really interesting with Amy's card from the King of Wands. I don't know if you saw at the very top, there was a total eclipse of the sun. Okay, and you also had the Strength card. So I do think that this person is totally blocking your sun, you know, your confidence and your personal power. I think there's a bit of an eclipse there in terms of his energy and yours, and it feels like a bit of a power play, which can be quite draining. I can see that being maybe very draining on you, which is obviously why you're asking the question, because it's on your mind and it's quite perplexing for you. So while you were talking, while Amy was talking, I pulled two cards for you as well. And this is a 3-in-1 card because it's in between energy. So moving across from the 7 of coins to the 8 of coins. And it sees you as being at a bit of a crossroads with this person, you know, so you were deciding whether or not this was good for you or not, and whether to move forward with it. And you've been trying really hard, and you do say that, you know, there's no communication. So if you can see in the card, the people are writing, putting their signature to the Bill of Human Rights, and human rights being the very important word here about where are your human rights in this, you know? Are you looking after yourself? Is he looking after you? Is this even good for you? Because it sees you as working really hard, putting a lot of your energy and invested time and security into something and not getting back as much as you would like. So going back again to that eclipse of the sun, you know, eclipsing your light, eclipsing your confidence and your energy. Okay, so the second card that I picked for you is the Ten of Wands. Okay, so if you think numerologically that these numbers are very high numbers, you know, so you've been ongoing with this situation for a while, and when it gets to the 10, absolutely worn out and drained. So you can see this person coming back down the hill with a heavy load, okay, carrying all baggage. And I'd like to use that word baggage with perhaps this relationship in particular because it feels like a heavy load, you know, and you're coming back down this hill as well. So there's your invested time and energy that you've put into it. And you're starting to kind of wind down a bit now, which is saying that perhaps you're thinking, is this the best thing for you? Do you really want to continue it on to the fresh start of the Ace of Wands? Is this really the best thing for you? I'm thinking perhaps not, okay, because I'm not seeing an awful lot of positive cards. I mean, you could keep working at it in this card and plowing all of your time, energy, and resources into this relationship and just feel like you're hampered, like this lady in the card, you know, with so much, emotional baggage as well. I want to say that, you know, I think he's got a lot on and he's quite guarded, which is making it difficult for you to get in touch with him and for you to be able to communicate effectively with him. And I don't see him in these cards either, so I just see you and all this weight. Okay, and I'm using that word weight because it is weighing very heavily on your mind. So when it gets to that 10, okay, this is the 10 of Wands. What I always tell people is to kind of let things go. You need to let something go in order for you to start functioning healthily again. Okay, so maybe you could just take a step back at this point, okay, and then see what happens. Will he get back in touch? Okay, I'm just reading what you say there. Connection was deep but draining. Okay. Breakup was abrupt, which made you go for deep trauma and therapy. Okay. A mature conversation, probably a closure. Right, okay. Emotionally secretive. Yeah, we saw that in that King of Wands. And when you're in contact. Okay. And the King of Wands, like Amy said as well, you know, very powerful energy. He feels like he's in charge, you know, and that he's holding all the cards. And look, there's a fox in that card as well. The fox can be quite crafty and cunning. It's true. People that are very charismatic can sometimes use it to their own ends. Maybe not malicious, you know, but they have got a lot of power, a lot of personal power. So you need to think about that because I see you in these two cards. And the minor cards are effective for your day-to-day journey. So this is stuff that you're dealing with on a daily basis, okay? And possibly not that good for you. Like you said, you're thinking about possibly a closure. The 10 of Wands does suggest closure, but it's got to come from you. It needs to come from you. So if this is damaging you to the extent of you're just not able to get by on a day-to-day basis, I can see that you've gone through therapy. Okay, so have a think about what he's giving to your life. Okay, sometimes we need to let go of things that aren't good for us. So I want you to put a lot of deep thought into it. Take that step back. See if he comes to you, okay, again, to have another conversation because you need to see what, if anything, is going to come of this relationship going forward. Okay, you have got two very high-end cards there, which means you're at the very teetering end point of a long journey, the pair of you. So you need to make an important decision. I know you're scared to get hurt. Yeah. You want to know whether it's to wait for the conversation. Well, it seems like you've already made your mind up, you know. I do feel that you don't want to get hurt again. And you are at the point where you're going to make a big decision one way or the other. Okay. And like I said, I don't want to make your mind up for you. I don't want to do that at all. But when you're in that much pain, sometimes it's better for your own mental health, definitely, to walk away from these things, especially from energies that are hurting us. Okay. And I've been there myself. Very, very difficult. But once I did the difficult thing, my life opened up. And then you get to start again with the Ace of Wands, which comes after the Ten of Wands, which is a beautiful, bright new start. Let me get the Ace of Wands out of the deck for you to show you what that looks like. Something good to look forward to. Okay. And the difficult things are the difficult things. We've been there. Yeah. I'm going to try and get it from the deck, and it's not going to be the first one in my deck. It doesn't want me to find it. Okay. Because it doesn't just give its energy easily. You have to work for that energy. And remember that those two cards that I pulled for you are day-to-day things that you're going through. So Amy pulled major cards for you, which is suggestive of big life-changing experiences. So he has been a big chapter in your life, for better or for worse. You know, you've come together to teach each other lessons, okay, because we meet each other for a purpose. And I think I mentioned that before, and I'm a big believer in it. And I really want to find this Ace of Wands energy for you. It's not making itself known.
Which one are you looking for? Which deck?
I'm looking for the Ace of Wands, but I want to find it in my Light Seers deck. Oh no, and my cards are just laughing at me right now because they're saying, we know that you want to find this particular card and we're going to hide it from you just to make you look really silly on camera. Well, that's fine. Yeah, so I see what you say there. He was a big lesson in your life, and I'm glad that you see it in that way. And here's my Ace of Wands. So this is my gift for you, because I want you to have this energy. I really do. And I want you to remember the important teachings for this card. It's telling you to be open, to trust in yourself, to trust in the spirituality of yourself, to follow your intuition as well. And then this beautiful flame of positivity and optimism will open up for you like a flower. Okay, you'll just feel energized and positive and ready to start again. But you need to make a big decision, you do. And that's the next step for you, I believe. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Okay.
I am muted. That's beautiful, Janine.
And yours.
It's I showed while you were reading, and I hope there's no feedback. If you can find that strength, I think, because the cards that Janine were pulling were showing the struggle aspect of what was going on, or what is going on. My reading was leaning more towards these energies that you can use within yourself if you want to approach the situation to heal. Janine mentioned about if you feel like you don't have that courage, that strength to move away safely so that there's no harm. But if it really means in your heart, and you mentioned that he was a big influence and that it triggered all these childhood issues, this is also facing your fears too with the strength. Yeah, Wands, Sun, fiery energy. We're getting a lot of wands today in some of the readings, which is interesting. So overall, it's what we have within ourselves. And Disha, you can do it. You can do it. It hurts. like Janine was saying, all of us, male, female, non-gender, whatever, we all have these feelings that we go through. It's how often, or not how often, it's how much do you want to put into it. If you feel like you don't have the strength to face this kind of overpowering energy, take a step back and just put a little bit of balance into it. Me personally, I don't want to ignore a situation because then it's unresolved issues, and I don't like having unresolved issues. And sometimes there are things where if it's a work situation or friendship or whatnot, the other person doesn't want to communicate. They're giving you that opportunity to decide what you want to do with it. So if this person doesn't want to communicate anymore, in a sense, you have the upper hand, because you can determine how you want to handle this. And so if the person wants to walk away, then in a sense, you benefit from this because that person's made the choice. Now, what are you going to do with this? So you could create balance, try to put some peace into that situation and close it, and then move on. That's one aspect of doing it. So you'll be fine. Let us know how things work out. Janine and I are very sincere. When I spoke to Janine a few months ago for the first time, just feeling her energy and whatnot, it's like she speaks from the heart, and she has a very sensitive soul, but she also has Aries, she has fire. So she does have this balance that she is working with, and it's seen in her readings, which is wonderful. So
when Amy has Taurus as her guiding energy, she has a lot of other signs in there as well, but she's very grounded. Yeah, and she tells it like it is, which is what we all need to do. She has that guidance.
I'm going to put in this comment really quick.
I hope that's okay. Yeah, and you've decided that. Okay, that's good. We wish you well on that journey as well, on that healing. Definitely. Hi, Akali Sunflower Bay. How are you? Thanks so much for joining us. Really nice to see you there, and amazing. You're gonna purchase that in between, Sarah. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you. So I think our next question is Bethany. If Bethany is still online, so Bethany's asking for a general love reading. Do you want to go with that one, Amy? Can you see the question?
I don't think she's on, because I said let us know if you are here.
Okay.
Bethany, if you're still here, please let us know. Just put a hand up emoji or just put in a comment. Okay, yes, Dana, please let us know how things are. You don't have to publicly announce, of course, but you could just message Janine or myself, both of us, through Instagram, YouTube, whatever. I think you'll be fine. I'm gonna mute myself for a moment. I'll let you hold the platform, Janine, for a minute.
I will unmute. So yeah, it's been really nice to do this tonight. This is the first time that I've done a live reading on YouTube, and the first time for Amy as well. So we've kind of finding our way with this, and I've really enjoyed this tonight. I think it's worked really well. It's really great working with Amy. The first time that we've worked together like this, I've spent a couple of months that we've had chats online and everything, and get to know her better. It's been really an amazing experience. She's a wonderful person. So yeah, I want to say thank you to her for letting me do this on her channel. Yeah, great experience. So who have we got left online? Dana, are you going to let us know how court goes? That would be amazing. Thank you. And thank you for your kind comments as well. And I do believe we caught up with all the questions in the chat.
I am muted. If there's no one else, this was wonderful. I'm so happy that we finally pulled our sources together, and we got it, and we winged it. Just technically, like I said, when we go offline, Janine will figure out how to get this so that it's all set up. You could do the comments and whatnot, make it a little more smoother.
Yeah. I think this is a good time to possibly sign off now, because it's just getting on to 10 o'clock tonight here in the UK. So I'm gonna have to start thinking about sleep and self-love. Yeah, getting a bit of rest.
I want to do one thing. Let me know how you feel about it. And again, thank you each and every one of you who took part, watched, listened, donated. It is appreciated.
Thanks so much.
I think we're going to do this again.
Definitely.
We'll do this again. We'll figure out a date, and we'll come back. But tell me how you feel about this, Janine. Would you like to do from either deck? Let's just do a random card pull, like to close the reading. Just kind of, I don't know, usher in the rest of the week, the day, whatever, just the card of the moment. We'll just call it that. So just one card. And let me know when you're ready. Don't show yet.
I'm ready.
Okay.
The Aries are always ready.
What happened?
The Aries is always ready.
Okay.
Very.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh. You want to go first?
Okay. Okay. So tonight we've been dealing with a lot of deep and personal issues for people, and I can feel, that anxiety, that stress, but that collective stress, and the toll that it's taken on people's mental health as well. Being locked down in our different countries due to the COVID situation. So this is like making people's personal situations and personal trauma even more difficult to deal with. So imagine difficulties and then times them by 100. So I really do feel that with everybody. And I think a problem shared is a problem halved. So the fact that you came to speak to us tonight is really good, because that's helping you, and it's helping to relieve some of that pressure. And I do hope that the advice we gave you has been good and useful. So I'm hoping to take this 9 of Swords and move it forward towards the Ace of Swords, which is where you start again with a fresh new energy, a lot of clarity and a lot of insight. So yeah, it's a sad card, but I can see the positivity in it, as in that we're trying to sort these things out and work through them.
That's interesting, because I pulled, oops. Oh dear. So here we go, 5 of Pentacles. Whenever you get 5s in the suits, Pentacles, Swords, Cups, Wands, it's right. We have the Ace through 10. 5 is the midpoint of the journey of these elements, the suits, their influences. And 5s tend to always be that point where things are building, things are starting to happen, you're going up that roller coaster, and then something happens where you have to take a moment and stop and see what went wrong, And this is a card, again, of where dealing with the material aspect, our connections to the material realm, Also our health. And also I want to point out too, with Pentacles, it also goes with spiritual well-being as well. And if we're not feeling good spiritual, it affects how we see things, how we connect to things. And if that isn't healed, if that isn't kept maintained, our connection to things that we love normally, kids, our house, they don't get the right amount of attention, care that they need. And then what happens is when you have that imbalance within, as you see here, the apple's cut in half, it starts rotting. It starts not getting the support, the nutrients, the source that it needs to maintain, and therefore it becomes a weakened power source. So with the Five of Pentacles, my interpretation with this for everyone is spiritually, if we are going through a hard time, which I know many of us are, this is not the end all. Okay, this is just the sign. It's a reminder. It's a warning to just really pay attention to something that really isn't getting the attention that it needs. Okay, and that could be within ourselves. It could be to your partner. It could be towards your animal. It could be towards work. What is not getting the attention that it needs? You know, what's starting to show its weaknesses? And once you acknowledge this, when you get to the 6s, 7s, and 8s, we start seeing the strength that you find within those challenges, those weaknesses. And we could heal this. We can heal this energy, this weak energy, this rotten energy. We can let go of it. We don't want this. We want to have the nutrients, the love, the vitality, the energy to continue forward. And that's what we want. We don't want to be stagnant. We don't want to be stuck, because we'll start getting worms. It'll start getting decay. It's not nice. We want to move away from this. So for everyone, if you are going through a situation like that, my readings tend to I always emphasize the light in things, because without the darkness and without the light, you can't have one or the other. They both work together. So what are you going to do? You got to move out of the situation and put some healing, strength, energy, like with Disha. Turn that situation that's weak and heal it, find empowerment from it, and move on from it. I know, easier said than done. It takes work, but if it really means a lot to you, you know, if it really means that much to you, what are you going to do to make that change?
And Dana's also said, happy Mercury retrograde, everybody. Which makes perfect sense of both of them. So we were going to get the swords and the Five of Pentacles in the Mercury retrograde. It's affecting everybody at the moment.
Right.
Miscommunication, difficult things. Yeah, sometimes you also just have to try and humour through it as well. I've had something difficult in the last couple of days and I was like, oh no, really? And I've just had to smile through it. And I've actually got through it just by smiling through it. But it was a difficult one. So yeah, definitely Mercury retrograde has got a lot to answer for.
I take retrograde with a grain of salt. Anything retrograde, any planet that's retrograde, it's just a sign. It's just a sign, depending on the planet that's placed in, just to pay careful attention to the attributes that sign represents. You know, be careful with your words. Mercury retrograde, they say don't sign contracts, don't start anything new. Wait until after the retrograde, and even I think a week after for some people. I don't mind. I'll be careful if energy seems displaced during any retrograde that a planet's in, and I'm getting signs that it's being affected by those planetary influences. That's just a sign for me to just, hey, watch it, be careful, maybe not make this choice right now, wait a little bit, wait till it's in a different sign, then maybe take those actions. Retrogrades, you don't do action. kind of slow things down. It's a time of reflection, of reassessment. So there we go. Do you want to do one more reading? Or is it my turn, Gabriel? How do you feel?
Me? I don't mind. That's fine. Yeah. Gabriel, we'll make yours the last question then. Do you want to put your question into the chat? Or would you like to draw a general card for you? I'll just shuffle the cards while you're having a think about that. And we'll make this the last reading. So thank you everybody for joining us, for people who've asked questions, and also thank you for the donations as well. We really appreciated it. So this is on Amy's channel, the Mystic Rose Tarot. So if you're not already, make sure that you subscribe to her to see more videos. And she's also listed my YouTube in her description as well, the In Between Tarot, so you can see more videos from me. So your question is, no problem. Your question is, why hasn't Escalin talked to me? Okay. Okay, let's have a look at that energy and what's surrounding that, what's going on with that at the moment. Okay. Okay, so I've got a card which is Death to Temperance. Okay, so death doesn't always signify a physical death. Death is changes that we've had to deal with on a deep level over a certain period of time. So I think that this person has been going through a lot of stuff. Okay, and transformation as well. So as a person, they are changing. They are going through a lot of changes. And the phoenix in the center is the rising from the ashes. So they're actually going to come out of this a completely different person. They've been learning a lot about themselves and trying to get back to their balance in life, which is temperance. They're trying to find their path again. So it's been a very deep and spiritual calling that they've had. And you can see the angel in the clouds at the back, so they've been getting support from spiritual guides, and people that are kind of looking after them at the moment. So it's been a very deep time, definitely when that card comes up. The Death card also has a connotation with Scorpio. Scorpio is very secretive, and they tend to put a barrier up until they get to know other people very well. Okay, and Scorpio, very, very deep people, very emotionally connected, very connected to their emotions. Okay, so I see this person kind of hunkered down, kind of doing a lot of thought, doing a lot of reflection. Okay, so that is the reason why they've not been in touch with you and why they've not been able to make that connection with you recently, is because of all the stuff that's going on in the inside. And you can see the water there. Okay, that's reflective of emotions, deep emotions, a lot of things going on. Okay, and maybe with that Scorpio energy, they've just not wanted to talk about it. It's been possibly very, very personal. Okay, and so I don't think anything malicious or bad towards you, just the things that they've been going through themselves. And I'm going to pull another card for you from my Light Seers Tarot deck, just to clarify that. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles. So a support network. Okay, so this person really needs you there. Okay, in their life, in the background. Okay, as somebody that they can confide in, somebody that will be supportive of them and guide them. Okay, so even though they're going through these things, they still need to know that you're there. Okay, because you are there community. You are part of their friendship and emotional circle. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles is a lovely energy. It's everybody working together, okay, and sharing energy. It's about networks. Okay, we've got the Tree of Life there at the top, about making connections, about making deep connections. Okay, so when the Ten of Pentacles come up, it reflects that they think a lot of you, you know, and it's built up in terms of the Ace being the start of a friendship. The 10 is like a built up and an established friendship and connection. Okay, so they really do appreciate you being there, and you continue to be there. I think that this person is going to emerge from their shell at some point, you know, a different person, and you will see a big change in them. Okay. I hope that resonates with you. Quite powerful cards. Okay. Whoop. This is good grief. This is a major card, deep spiritual energy. This is a minor card, so this is day-to-day things. Okay, so I see that you are in this person's life. Okay, and will continue to be in this person's life. Okay, when they emerge. All right. I hope that works okay for you, Gabrielle. And I think that ties up our readings for tonight. Thank you again, everybody. And I definitely want to do more of this because I've really, really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Janine, for joining. This was so much fun. And enlightening too, because when we do readings for people, there's always lessons that we can learn from readings that we do from other people. So it's always nice to do these randomly and just see what happens. So we're going to sign off. I feel, and Janine and I will talk about this, we will more than likely do another one of these. We'll just set up a time. And I'm really feeling where my energy is. I think I could do no more than 2 hours. This is really a lot.
This is a good time. Yeah, definitely a good time, 2 hours. Because, yeah, it is.
So all the information for our websites, our social media, to contact Janine. She has her In Between Tarot deck that is available to purchase. You can contact her directly for more information. And through Lo Scarabero, correct?
Yeah, so they're the publishers of the deck. You can find out more about it on, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, obviously I'm on YouTube as well. So, yeah, if you're interested, look me up, follow me, and looking forward to connecting with you.
Yes. Thank you again, everyone. We're going to sign off. We will see you soon. Appreciate the support. If you followed us, we equally appreciate that as well. Thank you so much. Any donations are welcomed. Again, there's no pressure. And just quick disclaimer, for me, all my readings are based intuitive. They are used as guides. Ultimately, it is up to you to decide the outcome of how you will determine the fate of your future. Okay, so we are not, there's no responsibility on Janine or my part. Our readings are based solely on what we get here on the cards. Ultimately, you take that information and you decide how to run with it. All right. Thank you again. Wednesday, February 3rd. We will be back again soon. Thank you again, everyone, for the support. Hold on, Janine, okay?